In this section of the course, we'll be working through a hands-on example implementing a checkout class using test-driven development. In this lecture, I'm going to go over what we'll be implementing in this hands-on example, and we'll implement the first test case. In this kata, I'll be implementing a checkout class that maintains a list of items that are being added during a checkout at an online store. This class should provide interfaces for setting the price on individual items, adding individual items to the checkout, calculating the current total cost from all the items that have been added, and applying optional discount rules when there are n number of a specific item type, i.e. 3 for $1. The checkout class has the following test cases that I'll go through as I'm implementing the class with TDD. The first and simplest test case is for creating an instance of the checkout class. Next is the ability to add an item price, then adding an individual item to the list of checkout items, then calculating the current total, then adding multiple items and getting the correct total. Then the class needs the ability to add discount rules. Then the class needs to be able to apply the discount rules when calculating the total. And lastly, the class needs to throw an exception when an item is added that doesn't have a defined price. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up a new Pycharm project for this kata using my Python 3 virtual environment that's been set up for PyTest. Then I'll verify that I have the project set up properly, and I'll implement the first test case. I've created a new project in Pycharm called Checkout, and using the Python 3 virtual environment I set up for PyTest. I already have a simple unit test and a PyTest run configuration set up to verify the project is ready to go. In the right-hand window, I have a to-do list with all of the test cases that I know at this point, and they're ordered starting with the simplest test case first. So now I should be ready to start the test-driven development loop of red, green, refactor. You always start in the red phase, so the first thing I need to do is implement a failing unit test. The first test case is to simply verify that I can create an instance of the new checkout class. I'm going to update the simple test case I have now to do that. I immediately get warnings from the IDE that the checkout reference cannot be resolved as it doesn't exist yet. This meets the requirement of having a failing unit test, so I'll go ahead and transition to the green phase and make this pass. I'll do that by implementing the checkout class. So I've created the checkout class with the minimum implementation required to get the currently failing unit test to pass. So there is essentially no implementation with just a pass statement in the class to make the interpreter happy. I now have my first passing unit test and I'm ready to refactor. Anything to refactor here? I don't think so. I'll mark this test case done in my to-do list and I'm ready to go back to the red phase.